Something strange is happening. There's a great silence on earth today. A great silence and stillness. The whole earth keeps silence because the King is asleep. So begins an ancient anonymous homily for Holy Saturday. After the whirlwind of activity in the life of our Lord these past 2 days, the King sleeps. Yesterday, our Good Friday service ended in silence. And tonight, we gathered under the stillness of darkness. And the stillness recalls God's rest on the seventh day of creation, the account that we heard in our first reading tonight. Rest from all his work, from having created man. And now today, the seventh day, God rests again in the tomb from all his work, from having recreated man. In the first creation, God said the word, "Let there be light." And there was light. And tonight, in the second creation, as the Easter fire pierced the darkness, the Word, Christ, our light, shone forth. The first Adam lost God's light, putting his hand out to the tree of knowledge, while the second Adam regained this life by stretching out his hands upon the tree of life. O truly necessary sin of Adam, destroyed completely by the death of Christ. O happy fault that earned so great, so glorious a Redeemer. And today, while his body rests, the King has gone in search for our first parents, as for lost sheep. So says the ancient homily, greatly desiring to visit those who live in darkness and the shadow of death, he has gone to free from sorrow the captives Adam and Eve, he who is both God and the Son of Eve. He goes to break the prison bars of death. He goes to free us, we who are enslaved by sin, as once he led our forebears, Israel's children, out of the slavery of Egypt, as we heard in the second reading. He made them pass into freedom, dry-shod through the Red Sea. And now we pass into freedom through the waters of baptism, a baptism whose promises that we'll soon renew. The enemy may try to pursue our souls, as did Pharaoh and his chariots and charioteers. But now it is the pouring out of his own dear blood that has wiped clean the record of our ancient sinfulness. Pharaoh's chariots and army he hurled into the sea. Sin and guilt he has cast away in the baptismal waters. Having sprinkled us with this clean water, God declares through Ezekiel in tonight's third reading that I will give you a new heart and place a new spirit within you. Jesus says to us, I slept on the cross and a lance pierced my heart for you. My heart has healed the pain in yours. He has taken from our bodies our stony hearts and given us natural hearts. Our old self was crucified with him, Paul says in the epistle, so that our sinful body might be done away with, that we might no longer be in slavery to sin. He has put his Spirit in you, that you too may live in newness of life. The old life, the first paradise, the first garden, was lost through the disobedience of Adam and Eve, and we lost it with them. The ancient homily again reflects that for the sake of you who left a garden, I was betrayed in a garden, and I was crucified in a garden. And we hear in the gospel that our Lord, having been buried in this garden tomb, on the third day he rolled back the stone and rose in this garden to new life. He who rested in the heart of the earth rolled away from our hearts the stone, so that today we might be with him in his new and eternal paradise. Do not be amazed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, the crucified. He has been raised. He is not here. Arise, let us go hence, that homily says. The enemy brought you out of the land of paradise. I will reinstate you, no longer in that paradise, but on the throne of heaven. The throne formed by the cherubim awaits you. The bridal chamber is adorned. The banquet of the Eucharist, is ready. The eternal dwelling places are prepared. The treasure houses of all good things open to you. The kingdom of heaven has been prepared for you from all eternity.